All right, so when does the monsoon really start? When will we see those daily afternoon thunderstorms? The determining factor is based more on science than on a calendar date. Our average low, 69, 8 degrees below average. We're talking about now temperatures going up about 15 degrees above average. I'm actually old enough to remember the total solar eclipse of 1979, although I was about yay high. 6:45 is how long this flash flood warning will stick around for the northwest side of town. That includes places like Picture Rocks and Marana. Trend for tonight will bring the 80s in by about 9 o'clock, 70, so even 72 at 2 o'clock in the morning, so feeling pretty comfortable. The storm alert is at extreme for lots of reasons. Number one, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning. This fresh off the press today, third wettest July on record, and now this just came out, the wettest monsoon to date on record, since records have been kept. Yeah, and we still have a couple more months.
All the way down.
Oh! I don't need a prize, but thank you so much.
Yeah, okay.
I told you overall, you got nothing on me, buddy. I'm not exactly a cowboy, but producer Faye is a cowgirl. So I think the rule is what? You got to stand for 7 seconds, Zach? 8 seconds. 8. All right, let's do this. 8 seconds. 75, Steve, is a good score. So here we go. Let's see. Wind up. Oh, pathetic. All right, we're going to keep that storm alert at extreme. I think some of those floodwaters are coming down, receding, but some of those overpasses, it can take hours, as you saw Angelique reporting.
Yep.
But for the wow factor of the day, just put this on social media as well. Get this, in the past 7 days, Mount Lemmon has picked up 7.56 inches of rain. All right, this is also kind of cool. It's our time lapse, 3:10 this afternoon. On the very left-hand corner of your screen, you can sort of see the end of the Catalina Mountains. I pointed it in that direction because we were tracking a storm that developed and just kind of unleashed a wall of water. Right over here, we took a power hit, and you can see we took that power hit right at 3:40, and that Skycam's still kind of we're working on it to get it back up and running. All right, Mount Lemmon today, 2.28 inches. University of Arizona, over 1 1/3 inches. Better than an inch at Reed Park, right here at our studios. Just about an inch in Marana, about 2/3 of an inch of rain. So good soaking rain across mostly the city of Tucson this Wednesday afternoon. 6:45 is how long this flash flood warning will stick around for the northwest side of town. That includes places like Picture Rocks and Marana. And we also have a flash flood warning until 6:30. Now, this has just popped up. I haven't seen this till now. You see Safford, eastern sections of Cochise County, southern Graham, Greenlee County. That's a blowing dust advisory. Remember, I said there could be more on the way. And we're watching what we call an outflow boundary, or storms in New Mexico. Ahead of those storms, gusty winds could pick up some of that dust. Meanwhile, central Pima County is seeing the best storms right now. As we zoom out a little bit, Nogales, you're seeing some storms not too far away. And this is that outflow boundary cruising into eastern sections of Cochise County as we speak. And that could be with us a little bit later. Now, as far as how far west does it go, I don't think the computer models put it into the city of Tucson. We're kind of tapped out. High pressure located east of the Four Corners now, but what we're watching today is this little disturbance near El Paso that's working from east to west, and that's going to pick up our showers as well. That did pick up our showers. Here's our latest forecast tools, and check it out. 9 o'clock, we see some of those storms firing up into Cochise, southern Graham, and Greenlee County, but notice it stays dry mostly for the city of Tucson, and that's courtesy of really the fact that we've just been pretty overworked here over the last couple of days. And then we really start to dry things out overnight, and then better chance of storms again tomorrow, believe it or not. It is 83 at Tucson International Airport, 67 is the dew point, and that puts our winds out of the north-northeast at 8 miles per hour. 74 Sierra Vista, 75 Nogales, and 76 up in Marana. The plan then for tomorrow does call for 90s again, with a good chance of those afternoon thunderstorms. 7-day forecasts between a 30 to 50% chance of storms all the way through Monday, maybe quieting things down by Tuesday or Wednesday or so. And back in the saddle for the first time in quite some time, Mr. Paul Cicala. All right, we're going to keep that storm alert at extreme, courtesy of flash flood warning still active and a new severe thunderstorm warning. But most of the area of Tucson now starting to dry up a little bit. We got some dramatic video earlier from Brandon Flowers on the east side of town. Check this out. He took this. That's his grill. Oh, no.
That's bad.
That's more sort of historic rain coming as well. 1.37 inches today at Tucson International Airport. That puts us up to 5.92 inches of rain for July. That's also our monsoon total because remember, we didn't get any monsoon rain during the month of June. This fresh off the press today, third wettest July on record, and now this just came out, the wettest monsoon to date on record, since records have been kept. Yeah, and we still have a couple more months. Here's the top 5 wettest spots that we did see today on this very wet Friday. Country Club at Ajo, over 2.5 inches of rain. Houghton, Tanque Verde, 1 3/4. Over an inch at TIA, as I mentioned. Ina and First, 1.26. And Oro Valley, over an inch. And that's precisely why we still have the residual effects of these flash flood warnings. I think the one for the south side of Tucson should probably allow to expire in 15 minutes. Might have to hold out to about 7:45. So please be extra careful if you're on Tucson's north side, Oro Valley. If you run into some ponding water, just turn around. That's the safest thing to do always. Severe thunderstorm warning still for Tombstone. A lot of lightning with this. This is racing off to the west. Biggest threats with this could be some 60-mile-per-hour winds and also some small hail. Back into Tucson, most of the action now up in Marana. So the biggest areas we're watching now are in sections of Cochise County and then just west of Tucson. And we do also have a flood advisory for much of Cochise County as well. Let's see what's happening as we go to our high-resolution rapid refresh model. Looks like the day is done. If you're still seeing storms, once they sort of exit, I think we're pretty much in the clear for the remainder of the night. This is 3 a.m., maybe some light showers, but overall, we'll have to wait till tomorrow, which I think could be another pretty big day of weather here across the desert Southwest. Gorgeous shot. This is River and La Cholla, 78. Now skies are turned sunny at the airport, believe it or not. Temperature is 70, and look at that. It's 84 Marana. It's 78 in Tucson at the airport, and we have temperatures into the 60s in places like Bisbee. All right, let's go to that forecast then. Looks like this: 50% chance of storms tomorrow. Some could be again on the strong to severe side. 40% chance on Sunday, 30 Monday and Tuesday, and finally winding things down Thursday and Friday, but all 7 days below 100 with good chances of storms. Paul Cicala. And hello and welcome to our live webcast special Forewarn Monsoon 2017. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Brode, along with meteorologists Jeff Beamish, John Patrick, and traffic reporter Melanie Hunter. Today, June 15, is the official start of the monsoon here in Arizona. It, of course, runs through September 30th. But first, we have to get through the heat, and we need it to build up these storms, but heat can be deadly. In fact, it's the #1 weather-related killer nationally. Last year alone, 39 children lost their lives to heat stroke due to being left in a hot car. All right, we are back here at the University of Arizona for Greek or Treat, and I'm with gentlemen of Sigma Phi Epsilon and ladies of what is it?
Alpha Epsilon Phi.
AE Phi, I think, right? All right, now what's going on here? We're not doing too well in the candy department.
Gave it all away already.
This is all we have left.
So, of course, the hours down here were from 5 to 7, so we're getting a little bit late in the game, so perhaps a lot of the kids have sort of filtered out of here. Again, the popular costumes this year seem to be renditions from Frozen, from something called Minecraft, and we've seen some old school ones too. I just actually saw a Cookie Monster. We've seen some Pebbles and Bam Bam. They've had lots of games down here, and I think, oh, they're playing a game right now. Try to get the Snickers bar into the pumpkin container. That looks like Wonder Woman to me. It's a what, miss?
Ping pong ball.
A ping pong ball. Okay, so good old-fashioned games here. Down here till 7 o'clock. I'm just running into a lightsaber from Darth Vader over here. But we'll talk about the forecast for you. 89 the high temperature today in Tucson. It was 84 in Nogales, so we continue to see temperatures above average. Average high this time of year, just about 80 degrees. And Allison, was so cool. It was so cool to be a part of it as a scientist, to see this. I'm actually old enough to remember the total solar eclipse of 1979, although I was about yay high. The west side of the University of Arizona Mall was literally just covered with professional-grade telescopes earlier this morning, and when that hit almost 60%, despite the fact it was a partial eclipse here in Tucson, people just started to scream. And I tell you, I felt a little cooler to me. Didn't notice it getting too dark out here. Of course, we were not in the path of totality. But joining me live now is Bill Plant. He's the director of exhibits at Flandreau. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, glad to be here.
And what a success it was today, huh?
It was fantastic. A huge turnout, and we had great support from our neighbors at Lunar and Planetary Lab.
I thought one of the coolest things, Bill, was that a lot of the students that should have been in school today, their parents actually took them out. And I think, you know what? Why not for this experience? Because it's going to be 7 years till we see another one.
Exactly. I mean, what better place than here at this nexus of science at the campus, on campus of the U of A.
Great stuff, Bill. Well, thanks again. We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
All right, Allison, so that's what's happening here at the University of Arizona. Again, at 10:36 this morning, it peaked here at about 60%. We'll have much more, including your forecast. Very dry out here today. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.